Once upon a time, there was a studio bold enough to challenge the king of animation, a place where talking animals, fire-breathing dragons, and sarcastic ogres weren't just characters on screen. They became cultural icons recognized around the world. This extraordinary place was DreamWorks Animation. DreamWorks rose quickly, perhaps too quickly. It wasn't afraid to confront Pixar directly, giving audiences fresh choices. It openly mocked Disney, something few dared to do. Yet somehow, DreamWorks got away with it. The studio captured lightning in a bottle, creating stories that resonated with audiences everywhere. But as years passed, the magic began to fade. Sequels multiplied, originality waned, box office failures stacked up, and behind the scenes, there were clear signs of trouble. So, what exactly happened to DreamWorks Animation? How did this groundbreaking studio shift from an industry challenger to just another corporate brand?
Hello? Will you stop? Careful! Please, madam, stop doing that!
To understand this, we need to journey back to its ambitious beginning. It was the year 1994 when three entertainment giants, Steven Spielberg, Jeffrey Katzenberg, and David Geffen, united their immense talent and resources to create DreamWorks SKG. Spielberg brought a storytelling magic that had captivated generations. Geffen delivered financial strength and strategic direction. Katzenberg, freshly out of Disney after a notorious clash with CEO Mike Leisner, brought passion, energy, and a burning desire for revenge. Together, these three men envisioned more than just another studio. They sought to revolutionize Hollywood itself. Their plan wasn't subtle. They aimed directly at Disney's crown, determined to dethrone the animation giant. By 1998, DreamWorks had made its move. Their first animated films, Ants, an edgy satirical answer to Pixar's A Bug's Life, and The Prince of Egypt, a beautifully crafted epic that challenged traditional storytelling, clearly communicated that DreamWorks was not playing by anyone else's rules. Audiences noticed and critics praised their courage and creativity. However, DreamWorks truly soared into the stratosphere in 2001 with the groundbreaking Shrek. Shrek was more than a movie. It was a cultural earthquake. It turned fairy tales upside down, ditching traditional cliches and replacing them with a grumpy ogre, a fast-talking donkey, and relentless sarcasm. Its humorous jabs at Disney, including the diminutive villain Lord Farquaad, a sly dig at Disney's CEO, enthralled teenagers and adults, while the younger viewers adored the film's playful irreverence and humor. Shrek grossed nearly $500 million, won the first ever Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, and transformed DreamWorks into a household name.
And the Oscar goes to Shrek, Aaron Warner.
Fueled by Shrek's phenomenal success, DreamWorks went into overdrive. The studio expanded rapidly, releasing multiple films annually, and built franchises that spun into television series, merchandise, theme park attractions, and more. Films like Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, Shark Tale, and Over the Hedge poured into theaters, winning audiences worldwide. But beneath the surface, there were growing signs of strain. Not every DreamWorks film resonated. Some felt rushed. Others forced humor and trendy references at the expense of storytelling. Critics started noticing. Audiences began shifting attention back to Pixar's carefully constructed stories, and fatigue with DreamWorks' approach started setting in. Pixar, meanwhile, continued delivering masterpieces, such as Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Ratatouille, and WALL-E, each a carefully sculpted narrative brimming with emotional depth. The contrast between the studios became painfully clear. Pixar crafted timeless stories, while DreamWorks increasingly relied on formulas. Soon enough, franchise fatigue settled firmly on DreamWorks. The charm of Shrek 2 gave way to less inspired sequels like Shrek the Third and Shrek Forever After. What once felt fresh and exciting started feeling repetitive and stale. Similarly, Madagascar and Kung Fu Panda spawned numerous sequels and spin-offs, each iteration less impactful than the last. Audiences increasingly asked, do we really need another sequel? Then cracks became fractures. DreamWorks movies required huge budgets, often exceeding $100 million per production. When films underperformed, the consequences were dire. Rise of the Guardians dazzled visually, but stumbled at the box office. Turbo, despite its charm, failed to capture audiences. Mr. Peabody and Sherman performed well critically, but fell short financially. Each flop hit hard at DreamWorks, triggering layoffs, canceled projects, and shutting down entire divisions. The creative studio, once known for bold innovation, now struggled just to survive. The pressures culminated in 2016 when DreamWorks Animation was acquired by NBC Universal for $3.8 billion. Jeffrey Katzenberg stepped away, the leadership changed, and DreamWorks was folded into a larger corporate structure. The edgy, rebellious spirit that once defined the studio faded dramatically under corporate oversight. DreamWorks survived, but the magic seemed largely lost. Yet, even under corporate control, DreamWorks continued evolving. Films like How to Train Your Dragon 3 concluded the beloved trilogy beautifully, reminding fans of what DreamWorks could achieve at its best. Recent successes, such as The Bad Guys and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, surprised critics and audiences alike, sparking hope that the old creativity wasn't entirely gone. DreamWorks today stands quieter, safer, and less rebellious, but occasionally, that original spark shines through again. Ultimately, DreamWorks was never merely a studio. It was a movement, a rebellion against tradition. It gifted us unconventional heroes, relatable stories, and challenged the norms of animation. Perhaps its downfall was inevitable, flying too close to the sun, growing too quickly, listening too much to corporate pressures, or perhaps that's the cost of being bold in a formula-driven industry. Regardless of what went wrong, DreamWorks changed animation forever, and for that, we will always remain grateful. Now it's your turn. What's your favorite DreamWorks film? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed exploring this animation journey, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because in the world of film, there's always another incredible story waiting to be told.